Hello there. What comes to mind when you think of Halo? Master Chef? Space donuts? Sentient zombies? Cortana? Probably not flying hunters, right? Making your ally the projectile? Surprise visits to space? Spinning so fast you got your own gravitational field? Well, that's what happened to us. This journey started simple. Derp and I were going to play through all the Halo campaigns. But after we finished Combat Evolved... Oh no. I'm so sorry. I felt like we needed to spice things up a little bit. In hindsight, I added way too much spice. I started checking out some of the skulls we could add. Personally, I've never messed around with them. I have no idea why. To me, they only serve to increase the difficulty. As you've probably guessed, I was mistaken. A dash of blast radius here, an increase in grenades there. Grenade.
Oh god, oh.
Wait a minute. We booted up the game. We were not prepared.
I threw a grenade.
The game had become pure chaos. I added the boom skull, which made all explosions twice their original radius. This, combined with Sputnik, which decreased the mass of all objects, making them more easily displaced, didn't break the game at all. On top of that, I added Grunt Birthday Party and Funeral. Party simply made Grunt headshot kills result in fun confetti party. What happened afterwards, however, was less fun. Grunt Funeral made it so that whenever a grunt died, it would explode a few seconds after it hit the ground. Oh, okay. With the double radius explosions and reduced mass enabled, grunts became a terror to enemies and allies alike. Accidentally killed one in close range? Say your goodbyes, it's time to visit the Shadow Realm. Remember that popping noise that went off when a grunt was headshot? Yeah, that became an early warning for an impending furniture redecoration.
Oh, we're not good! No, we're not!
Get on me! Let's see who's tough!
Oh god, I just heard a grunt get executed.
Beyond the grunt skulls, we added Feather, which is basically Sputnik, but solely for melee. What could possibly go wrong with giving Master Chef a Falcon Punch?
Oh wait, there's a ramp. Alright.
Finally, I added Pinata. Basically, enemies drop more explosives when they die, which totally didn't bite us in the butt or anything. All of these combined accomplished many things. Created a new definition for the term chain reaction. Revolutionized the meaning of the word yeet. Made some of the missions straight up impossible. Okay. But the single most profound effect the skulls had lay in plasma grenades. If you've ever played the Halo campaigns, you know that the UNSC grenades are not nearly as common as the classic Covenant plasma grenades. The skull's changes compounded this, and the most frequent form of explosion was the glowing blue ball.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, goodbye, friend. I salute you.
Collection of more than 2 enemies in a cluster? Send them the gift of the freedom of flight. Who doesn't love a throwable trebuchet? The crusade must continue. Speaking of trebuchets, I gotta give credit to the brute shot. While a plasma grenade was the most common form of death, the brute shot was the highest quality. Okay.
Okay.
I am...
Sure.
My cover is gone. I ran behind some cover, and when I turned around, it wasn't there anymore. Who needs vehicles when you can simply yeet yourself to glorious victory? Bye, Derp.
Bye. I don't want one of you. Into the abyss.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Didn't have to be yourself as well. Could be your teammates, too. Go get them. Nothing surprised me more on our crusade of alien dismemberment more than the energy sword.
Oh god.
I like to think of this thing as a time machine. With this thing, the speed of light is a very achievable goal.
Elite.
Ah, yes. The tried and true rocket launcher.
Okay.
I am dead.
Goodbye.
I'd like to formally apologize to the victim of such rockets. Nobody deserves this.
Oh.
The heat-seeking made this thing the ideal weapon for taking down enemy vehicles. Boom! Most of the time.
King Arbiter.
Oh.
That's a wall.
I didn't mean to. Oh! And the fuel rod, of course. The Covenant cousin to the rocket launcher, but instead with a 5-round mag and slower projectile speed.
Step aside, let the man go
Oh.
away. Were they friendly or enemy?
Good question. We'll never know.
Shoot first, ask witnesses later.
Not as good at killing vehicles, but definitely better at clapping some infantry cheeks. Speaking of vehicles, we've got to have a serious conversation about the Puma. Sorry, the Warthog.
I think it looks more like a puma.
What in Sam hell is a puma?
You mean like the shoe company? No, like a puma. It's a big cat, like a lion.
You're making that up.
Arguably the most iconic symbol in the Halo universe, the Warthog definitely produced the funniest situations. Something about sharing imminent death with your comrade was just too hysterical. Yeah.
Hello, friend.
I would avoid, because of the.
I just blew up our raggedy ass fleet. Hoorah!
Hide your crayons.
However, the vehicle agility award goes to the Ghost, because things happened with this bad boy that no other form of transportation could even dream about. This thing acted more like a SpaceX rocket than a hovercraft. Ugh, what's wrong with me? I haven't even talked about the Wraif yet. This bad boy could fit so many friendly fire kills in it.
Oh god, please no. I asked nicely.
The fact that it's so difficult to aim accurately made it frustrating and fun at the same time. Frustrating because your intended target wasn't usually hit. Fun because whatever did get hit got obliterated. Uh-oh. I'm so sorry. As with the rocket launcher and the fuel rod, both the UNSC and the Covenant have a tanky vehicle. The Wraif is the Covenant, and the UNSC has the tank. Oh boy, the tank. I'll just grab a Ghost whenever one doesn't get sent to Narnia. If you can handle this thing without killing yourself and all your Marines, there's nothing you can't do. While the Banshee itself got better going from Halo 1 to Halo 2, the setting you used them in 2 just wasn't the same as 1 or 3. I know you didn't really use them in Halo 3, but there was still an amazing flying mission in 3. For me, punching the Banshee ended up being more fun than actually flying it. Watch this. At the end of the day, it didn't matter what we were driving. ET didn't discriminate.
Thanks. See ya.
Have a good trip. I made it. I made it.
Check.
I didn't make it.
Please.
I didn't make it.
That's a tree, Tarzan.
Okay. There's a lot of factors that play a part in how the game is at the moment. How to describe it?
Look up.
You are.
Hello.
That Banshee.
Good luck with that grenade. Oh god, why?
At him. Oh.
Boom. No! That pile edge in the corner.
Oh!
Nope. Yep. Okay. She didn't care about what you had to say.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you use your imagination. Wraiths were a problem.
That might not ever be.
Derp was a problem. Actually, though, the game became the word spice. The sheer scale of how far some of the unfortunate souls made it into the atmosphere was amazing.
Look at that man go.
These changes went both ways, mind you. You had to be real careful about where you put yourself.
Grenade, by the way.
One wrong step and you are either visiting Aslan or getting clotheslined by some purple motherboards. Yup. Okay. This included the unfortunate innocent bystanders of our crusades. Marines. Here.
I'll stay with his cover. Goodbye, friends.
That Marine! Oh my gosh. Let's talk about this Marine real fast, because he's got a story. Apparently he killed too many of his friends.
I don't think he'd like to be running over his friend.
He killed both of us. He single-handedly killed two. I know, what? No! Sometimes these kills were so crazy that we couldn't even finish a mission normally, especially with vehicles. The fact that enemy shots move stuff so much meant the Ghost race mission was literally impossible.
Go get blown up. Good luck.
I didn't even get 5 feet. Considering each death was a Narnia visit, eventually one of us got above the map and we were able to simply walk by all our enemies and skip to the next cutscene. Okay, let's just walk around the whole way. Occasionally we had ammo issues, but being co-op, when one player dies, they can respawn if your teammate is in combat, which we totally didn't abuse. I can't wait to take this out of context. Not as high octane, but I want to talk about the differences between the remastered versions and the originals. Me and Halo go way back. Combat Evolved was my pastime. Hell, once we had a Combat Evolved LAN party in the bathroom at a wedding. The point is, I'm pretty nostalgic for the old games, and I was resistant to any sort of change, even if it was just cosmetic. The fact that you can switch between original and remastered by just hitting tab was really nice for comparing the two. So we experienced a lot of death. I'd like to take this moment to point out that we weren't even playing on Legendary. I can't even imagine the pain of this game with full skulls on. Wait, that could be a video. Anyway, after this experience, I can confirm that this is the superior way to send ET home. However, it wasn't all sunshine and roses. Between Halo 1 and 2, Derp was experiencing some pretty rough lag. It was playable, but sometimes only barely, and we're both on the East Coast, North America. One day we logged on, and we couldn't even get through a mission before we were kicked out. After the 4th crash, we called it. Oh, okay. Well, that sucks. 7 years later, and they're still working out the kinks. Totally doesn't open up all those old Bungie pains or anything.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
And of course, it wouldn't be a session with Derp if there weren't any sus moments.
0 out of 10, wouldn't grunt again. Let me in your crevice!
Ooh, Derp, guess what we get to do?
Each other. Internal contact, I'm not lubed up for that. Master Popsicle defrosting in 3. I'm ready for delivery. Who the fuck cleaned these windows? They need a raid.
I know.
Anti-son of a bitch machine. You've heard of Build-A-Bear. Now have you heard of Pontagroots? Nah, he's gonna go down on the ship. Damn. There's a raider, but most of the time I figure out where people are by getting shot at.
Something wrong?
No.
Shit's fucked.
Those are flying by my forehead. I feel a little
You're fine. Stay left.
just stay
left.
Stay left.
Imagine I hit a checkpoint, you get teleported out of it up here.
I would. No! He took off his helmet.
Just like in the show.
Ugh, don't get me started on the show.
You'd hate
Don't get me started on the show.